Welcome to Bogglesox TV. We've got lots of classic and original TV shows. Subscribe now and enjoy the video.
Grandpa in my pocket! The thing about Grandpa is that he's always fun. We play lots of games. Oh, you won again!
I certainly did.
We read Captain Dumble twit stories.
The tennis racket sprung out of the side of the spaceship.
We share our ice cream. We suck up our spaghetti. And Grandpa is always like this.
Don't forget your beach ball, Jason.
We were getting ready to go to the beach. Mr. Whoops had promised Jemima and me, and a bunch of our friends, a fun day out. Everyone loves Mr. Whoops. He owns the toy shop in Sunny Sands, which is the best toy shop in the world. You can buy anything and everything here. Mr. Whoops is great fun, and he loves his toy shop as much as we do. There's going to be games and a picnic, Grandpa.
Oh.
And there's even going to be a puppet show.
Oh, sounds wonderful. Doesn't it, Wolfie, eh?
And Grandpa was right. We were going to spend the day in the wonderful world of Mr. Whoops.
I think I'll come along too.
Oh, Grandpa, I'm sorry, but there's no room in Campo. I'm taking Jason, Jemima, and a whole load of their friends. Never mind all this. Hurry up, Jason, we're loading up.
I really, really want to come.
Not a shrinking cup, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of magical things. Grandpa, come back! He can get into my car and make it go. Grandpa, watch out! Grandpa, come back here! Be careful! Not the plane, Grandpa! He can fly off in my plane. I'm the only one who knows about Grandpa's shrinking cap, so I have to make sure nobody sees him when he's small.
Hurry up, Jason, our friends are here!
There was nothing I could do. I had to go. So we all got into Campo and off we went. And soon everyone started singing.
The wonderful world of Mr. Whoops. Whoops! We're off to the beach. Hooray! We wonder what fun we're going to have with Mr. Whoops today. Whoops!
And Mum said,
I'm sorry there wasn't any room for Grandpa.
and Jemima said,
So am I. Poor Grandpa.
but I had a feeling that Grandpa might find his own way to the beach. And I was right.
I had to come, Jason. If Mr. Whoops is having a fun day, he's going to need my help. You know what Mr. Whoops is like?
Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He drops things. He falls over things.
Whoops!
He falls off things.
Whoops!
He even trips over his own feet.
Whoops! He's bound to have a little accident. I won't be any trouble. Promise.
When Grandpa's got an idea in his head, there's no stopping him.
Mr. Whoops says, do this! Mr. Whoops says, do this!
Mum was in the beach hut getting the picnic ready.
Mr. Whoops says, do this! Mr. Whoop says, do this! Mr. Whoop says...
Of course, I was wondering where Grandpa was. And then I saw him, peeping out of the beach bag. But just then, Mr. Whoops got carried away.
Whoops!
He accidentally kicked the beach bag, and up went Grandpa. While everyone else ran to help poor Mr. Whoops, I ran to rescue Grandpa. Are you all right, Grandpa?
He gave me quite a kick.
You promised you'd be no trouble.
I wasn't trouble.
Mum put a bandage on Mr. Whoops's arm, but nothing stops Mr. Whoops from enjoying himself. We were playing Whoops in the middle, and I was wondering where Grandpa was hiding now. This time Grandpa had gone too far, but Mr. Whoops was about to go too far too. Everyone ran to help Mr. Whoops, and I ran to find Grandpa again. Grandpa, where are you?
In here, wiggling.
Grandpa wasn't hurt, which is more than could be said for Mr. Whoops. Mum had to put a bandage on Mr. Whoops's head, but nothing would stop him from having fun. It was picnic time.
Picnic time! And while you're having your picnic, I'll do the puppet show.
I looked around for Grandpa again. He was standing on Mr. Whoops's puppet chest. What would he get up to next?
A picnic isn't a picnic without a jelly.
Mr. Whoops ran after the jelly before I could stop him, and then...
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my two left feet. Oh, my wobbly bottom.
What's the matter?
There's a
There's a what?
There's a little man in the jelly.
Oh, Mr. Whoops, I think you need a little sit down. You've had a bang on the head. You can do the puppet show another day.
Maybe you're right. Sorry, everyone. It was a bit of a shock. I don't normally see little men in jellies.
I got Grandpa out of the jelly and he was fine, but a bit sticky.
We'll have to do the puppet show, Jason.
But Grandpa...
You don't want to disappoint your friends, do you? Just tell them you'll do the puppet show. I'll help.
I'm so excited. It's going to be brilliant.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the wonderful world of Mr. Whoops's puppet show.
Tell them who you are. Go on, make it up.
I'm the Wuzzlefuzz, and this is my friend, the Bongo Boing. Boing, boing, boing. While I was being the Wuzzlefuzz and the Bongo Boing, Grandpa had an idea of his own. Stop boinging, Bongo Boing. I can't. I'm the Bongo Boing, and that's what I do. I boing. Boing, boing, boing. It was going well, and it was about to get even better.
Wiggle, 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 whoop.
Grandpa had got right inside a puppet and was wiggling for all he was worth. Everyone wondered how I could work 3 puppets with only 2 hands.
Jason's always doing amazing things like this.
Oh no! A bongo boing and a wiggle whoop, and I'm no good at anything. Boo-hoo-hoo.
But you're a Wuzzlefuzz. Can't you wuzzle? I'm sure you can work out how to wuzzle.
I had to think of something fast. Wuzzle, 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 nuzzle! Everyone started to wuzzle. Even Mr. Whoops was wuzzling. He'd forgotten about the little man in the jelly, and he was having a great time. And so was the little man in the jelly. After the show, I put Grandpa in my pocket and brought him home. Mr. Whoops's day out had been great. I had been a Wuzzlefuzz and a Bongo Boing, and Grandpa had been a Wiggle Whoop. And everyone had had fun, thanks to Grandpa. I ran inside before anyone else. And put him on the floor. Grandpa quickly whipped up his cap and came back to his normal size.
Well done, Waddlefuzz.
Well done, Vicar Whip!
We saved the day, eh? Teamwork.
Teamwork!
Mr. Whoops fell over, and so Jason did this amazing puppet show with a bongle boing and a wiggle whoop that went wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Just like that, Grandpa. Anyone would think you'd been there. You weren't the little man in the jelly, were you? Wiggle, 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 whoop!
Grandpa in my pocket! Dad and Jemima had taken Beowulf for a long walk, so I decided to stay at home and play with Grandpa.
All aboard for the sunny side.
It doesn't matter what game we play, Grandpa always makes it lots of fun. And we thought we were going to have fun all day. Until guess who turned up? Floyd. Floyd lives in the house opposite. And he goes to my school. He loves boasting. Look at my new watch! I'm gonna get you! He loves playing jokes. Come in! Boo! 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 And he always wants everything his own way. I got you! Grandpa agrees with me.
Jason! Yeah, what? Check out my new skateboard.
Floyd is a big, spoilt show-off. And the thing he was showing off about today was this.
What do you think of my brand new bike, eh? Is it cool or is it cool?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool? Don't you mean it's totally unbelievably cool? Aw, been playing choo-choo trains with your grandpa, have you? Let's have a look. This is so babyish. I grew out of trains years ago.
Floyd is always breaking my toys. I didn't want him playing here. I needed to get him out of the house. I had an idea.
Mum, please can you take us out on our bikes?
Yes, we were going to spend the day taking Floyd for a ride.
Well, if you're going for a bike ride, I'm going to have a little lie down.
I knew what Grandpa was thinking.
Hello, Floyd.
I don't trust that Floyd one bit. I'm coming too.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of mischief. He can fly off in my plane. Grandpa! He can drive off in my car. Or he can run so fast that I can't catch him. Before I could stop him, Grandpa ran back into the garden and hid behind a flower pot.
It was the most expensive bike in the whole shop. It's got 57 gears.
I don't think a bike can have 57 gears.
Mine does. What was that? Something's wrong.
Oh, the chain's come off. Oh, dear.
Can't you mend it?
Better wait until Jason's dad gets back. He'll fix it for you.
I don't want to wait. I want to go on a bike ride now.
Okay. We've got a spare bike you can borrow. I'll go and dig it out.
So Mum went off to the garage and soon she came back with this.
You have got to be joking.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly safe. Go on, give it a try.
I can't ride this. This is a girl's bike. It's useless.
Before I could stop him, he was making for the train.
Mine doesn't sound train. Ah! Ah, help! I've broken my leg. Ah! And it's all your fault, Jason. You and your stupid choo-choo train.
It's all right. I don't think it's broken.
Mum helped Floyd to his feet and took him inside. He was making a whopping great fuss. Now we're stuck with him, Grandpa.
I've got a feeling he's not really hurt, and I'm going to find out.
Okay. Be careful. Don't let him see you.
Ow! My leg!
Have a jammy jumbly. It'll take your mind off the pain.
Mum was so busy being kind to Floyd, and Floyd was so busy being rude to Mum, that neither of them saw Grandpa running in. He hid behind the sofa.
Jason, would you fetch Floyd a drink?
Yes, I'll get one too.
Oh no, are you cold? Must be the shock. I'll fetch you a blanket.
I was in the kitchen and Mum was upstairs, so Floyd was on his own. At least, he thought he was on his own. He leapt off the sofa and grabbed another jammy jumbly.
I knew it.
Grandpa was right. Floyd really hadn't hurt himself at all.
You love that chain, don't you? I can't see why. It doesn't do anything. It's useless.
Grandpa wanted me to put him in my pocket and take him upstairs. He needed to talk to me.
Just getting Floyd some comics.
Oh, okay.
Floyd hasn't hurt his leg at all. He's pretending. I saw him run across the room and grab a jammy jumbly.
I'm going to tell Mum.
She won't believe it unless she sees it with her own eyes. I've got to find a way to get him off that sofa again. And this time, Mum has got to see it.
But how are you going to do that?
Just leave him on his own with me for a while. I'll find a way.
Grandpa ran out of my bedroom and slid down the banisters. I went down the safer way and I gave Floyd the Captain Dumbleswick comics.
What took you so long?
Here we are. I made you some sandwiches, Floyd. A sandwich might get you up and about. Oh, and I'll bring you some fruit too.
Now I needed to get out of the way so Grandpa could catch Floyd out.
Shall we play the Captain Dumbleswick board game? You have to.
I ran upstairs to fetch the game. And now it was time for Grandpa to put his plan into action. Grandpa was jiggling Jemima's ragdoll about.
Floyd, don't try and get up. What is it you want?
That doll!
You want the doll?
No! I mean, it was dancing!
You don't feel feverish. I think I better take your temperature all the same.
So Mum rushed upstairs to find a thermometer, and I rushed downstairs with the Captain Dumbleswick game. Mum still hadn't caught Floyd out. Grandpa was going to have to try again.
Just going to wash my hands. Hurry up!
I had to get out of the way. You know how Grandpa can use his magic to make my toys go? Well, now he was in our Sunny Sands train. Floyd couldn't believe his eyes. He was about to get up and follow it when...
I knew I had one somewhere. Open wide and close.
The crane! It moves! It moves!
Shh, keep it shut tight.
I've got another idea. But you're going to have to get Mum out of the way again.
OK, leave it to me. I went back into the sitting room, and so did Grandpa.
Temperature's normal.
Jason, is that train remote control?
No?
Then how come it was going all around the room by itself? There was smoke coming out and everything.
Maybe I should call the doctor.
No!
Maybe we should try and fix Floyd's bike. That might make him feel better.
Yes, it would.
OK, we'll give it a try.
We won't be long. You can read the Captain Dumbledore comics while you're waiting.
And you can finish your sandwiches.
So off we went into the garden. Now it was up to Grandpa. Floyd reached forward and moved towards the sandwiches. Little did he know that Grandpa was about to give him the surprise of his life.
Ah! I'm gonna get you!
First, Floyd chased the sandwich. Then, the sandwich chased Floyd. All around the room. And into the kitchen.
Please! I don't like to be chased by a sandwich! Please! Ah, please! Stop!
And out into the garden.
Help! Help!
Floyd, you're running. You weren't pretending to be hurt, were you?
No? Okay, yes I was. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have. I just didn't want to ride that tatty old bike.
I see. And what made you stop pretending?
I was chased by a sandwich.
Chased by a sandwich. Oh, Floyd, you're pretending again. That's very funny. Chased by a sandwich.
Please, can we go on that bike ride now? I don't care which bike it is. Just get me out of here. I picked up Grandpa while Mum was putting Floyd's helmet on and took him into the sitting room. He whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
We did it, Jason. We got Floyd to stop pretending. That's what I call teamwork.
Yes, teamwork. So Mum took Floyd and me on a bike ride to the beach. And this time, Grandpa stayed at home.
Jason, how'd it go?
It went fine, Grandpa. Floyd didn't show off, play tricks or anything. We had a really good time.
Marvellous.
I found these behind a plant pot. How odd. Maybe Floyd really was being chased by a sandwich.
Ooh.
Auntie Jules, Uncle CJ and Josh had all gone to Sunny Sands in Queenie. I loved it when that happened because I got to have fun with Grandpa. And today we were playing Captain Dumbletwit's Snap.
Oh, look what you made me do.
What's all right? Wolfie will clean it up for you.
No, there'll be cabbage and custard pudding all over the kitchen at this rate.
Great Aunt Loretta makes really weird food. Just then, Wolfie got hold of his squeaky sausage.
Oh, I hate that squeaky sausage. Bad boy.
Don't blame Wolfie, he's only playing.
Well, it's so annoying. I'm trying to get this in the fridge before Mr. Whoops comes for tea.
Great Aunt Loretta had asked Mr. Whoops over because Miss Smiley, his wonder wife, was away for a few days. So he drove out to the mill on the marsh in his little car and we heard...
Oh, sounds like Mr. Whoops now.
Oh.
Hello, Mr. Whoops.
Hello, Elsie. Oh,
Mr. Whoops.
Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents.
I expect you tripped on this wretched squeaky sausage.
Don't blame Wolfie.
oh, my glasses. Where are my glasses? Oh, dear. They're broken.
Now see what you've done.
Don't blame Wolfie, he didn't break the glasses.
Yes, this was the day when all Grandpa could say was, don't blame Wolfie.
Off you go. Go on, upstairs. Take that wretched dog with you. He's nothing but trouble. And you, Elsie, come on. You can carry on your snapping upstairs. Go on. Go on.
How could I be so clumsy?
Oh, no, Mr. Whoops, it's not your fault. No, it's that wretched dog. Now, how about a drink?
Oh, apple juice would be lovely.
Oh, there. Now then, you just help yourself. There. And I'm going to put my cabbage and custard pudding into the fridge. Yum.
Mr. Whoops started pouring, but he couldn't see without his glasses, so this happened.
So, how are you getting on with Miss Smiley?
Oh, my goodness. How did that happen?
Oh, I slipped. There's a puddle on the floor. It's that dog. He's making puddles on the floor now. Oh, I'm going to sort him out, I am.
We were playing Snap again, and my Mrs. Ostrich was watching.
Quiet, you. You've made a puddle on the kitchen floor, you have.
Wolfie, a puddle never.
He's made a puddle on the kitchen floor and I slipped up in it and I nearly hurt my bottom.
Oh, but don't blame Wolfie. It must have been Mr. Whoops having a little accident.
Mr. Whoops does not make puddles. Honestly, Grandpa, what do you like?
Now look,
I'm putting you out in the meadow, you bad dog.
Loretta, it wasn't Wolfie. Oh, this is too much. I'm not having Wolfie stuck out in the meadow. He needs my help, and there's only one thing for it, Elsie.
Not the shrinking cat, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can hide in teeny tiny places. He can run really fast. And his magic can make things go. Like this. And this. And this. And Grandpa always has a plan.
Here's the plan. You go into the kitchen and find a moment to open the back door.
OK, but what are you going to do?
I'm going into the meadow to rescue Wolfie. Giddy up, Mrs. Ostrich. Way!
And Grandpa flew out of the window on Mrs. Ostrich.
Can't get back in now. Now we shall have some peace.
Great Aunt Loretta had left poor Wolfie all alone in the meadow. But he wasn't all alone for long.
Come on, Wolfie. Follow me. Good boy.
I went downstairs just in time to see Grandpa flying into the courtyard. He flew to the gate and undid the latch.
That should do it.
So Wolfie was able to get back in. Grandpa ran and hid behind a pot. And Wolfie followed.
Why are you standing there gaping like a fish, Elsie?
I just need to get Mrs. Ostrich. She's out in the courtyard.
Oh, and how did she get there, I wonder? I suppose that dog put her there. And don't blame Wolfie, because I do.
Oh, poor Wolfie.
Poor Wolfie nothing. He's a bad dog.
I opened the door and went out.
There's the tea, Mr. Whoops. And now it's time for me to turn out my cabbage and custard pudding.
I picked up Mrs. Ostrich and Grandpa said...
Run, Wolfie, now.
And Wolfie ran inside. But just then, this happened.
He's back. That dog's back in. Elsie, how did that dog get back in?
He was in the courtyard, hiding.
But I locked him out of the courtyard. I locked him in the meadow.
While Great Aunt Loretta went to turn out her pudding, Grandpa was stuck outside and couldn't escape because I had Mrs. Ostrich.
Never mind, Loretta. Let's have some tea, eh?
Mr. Whoops poured some tea, but because he wasn't wearing his glasses, he didn't notice it had gone all over the floor. But I did, and so did Grandpa.
I knew it. It's Mr. Whoops having little accidents.
Great Aunt Loretta was ready to show off her special treat to Mr. Whoops.
Ta-da! My special treat, Mr. Whoops. Cabbage and custard pudding!
Bravo.
But she didn't see the spilt tea, and she did this.
Oh, that dog's done another puddle! Oh.
I'll get you a cloth, Mr. Whoops.
And I'm covered in cabbage and custard.
Here, Mr. Whoops. Maybe you should have some fresh air. And I opened the door and in ran Grandpa. While Mr. Whoops was cleaning himself up, Grandpa got onto the worktop.
What's that?
What?
I thought I saw a little man.
It must be because you're not wearing your glasses. Here. Grandpa quickly got into Upsy Downsy and up he went. He arrived upstairs just as Great Aunt Loretta turned up.
I suppose. Typical. Oh. So I shall have to take you to the vet.
It's...
Dogs that make puddles need pills.
Grandpa ran and jumped into Loretta's bag. Grandpa knew Wolfie didn't need pills because he wasn't making puddles. But if Wolfie was going to the vets, he was going too.
I need you to take me to the vet, Mr. Whoops. This dog needs a pill.
But I can't. I've broken my glasses, see? I can't drive anywhere.
And I can't drive Campo, and they've all gone off in Queenie. Right. I need you to get this dog out of my sight. And I need to think. And you know what helps us think, Mr. Whoops? Green glue.
Green glue is Great Aunt Loretta's spinach and sprout shake. Just then I saw Grandpa. But so did Mr. Whoops.
What's the matter?
He was there again, I'm sure. A little man. I keep seeing a little man.
No, don't be silly, Mr. Whoops. Now, you pour us out some green glue and I'll think of a plan.
Mr. Whoops accidentally poured the glue in Great Aunt Loretta's bag. And Grandpa was getting glue.
Mr. Whoops, look what you're doing.
I'm trying to, Loretta, but I can't see without my glasses.
Maybe it was Mr. Whoops having those little accidents all along, and you blamed Wolfie.
You know, you're right, Elsie. I must have spilt the apple juice, then the tea, and now the glue.
Great Aunt Loretta went to tip everything out of her bag. She was about to see a gloopy Grandpa. I had to do something. Look at Wolfie.
Well, at least he can do something useful.
Poor Wolfie, getting the blame for my little accidents.
Grandpa climbed out of the sink, jumped down and ran out of the room, and I followed him. Come off, quick! You're all gloopy, Grandpa.
Never mind that. At least we stopped Loretta from blaming poor Wolfie for everything. Teamwork, I call it.
Teamwork. Ew.
Yes, well, I think I better go and get out of my gloopy clothes.
A bit later, Uncle CJ and the others came back. Mr. Whoops was taken to Sunny Sands to get his glasses mended.
Well, he's gone, thank goodness. Not a moment too soon. I've never known Mr. Whoops have so many little accidents. Oh, Grandpa. Oh, you've been lying down all afternoon and now you're ready for bed.
Yes, well, I had a little accident.
Oh, you did you? Oh, well, don't blame Wolfie, eh?